Welcome to Activity 2.1. You should be on page 16. Again, page 16 is going to be crucial for the test. A lot of information on here will help you on the test if you take good notes. So where it says explain the phenomenon, and you're doing it for Antarctica climate change, or changes, you should be able to fill in that box with as many notes as you can that'll help you do well on a test. So the goal is not to get through this quickly and just write a word or two. The goal is for you to explain the phenomenon, so when you get to the test, you can read what you wrote and say, yep, I understand what it is. Now, then you should be filling in, how does it help me understand the Earth in a distance past? And we'll talk about that towards the end of this quick video. So, Antarctic. Think about what it's like down in Antarctica today. Now, it's cold, right? It's where you find the South Pole. And not only is it cold, it's extremely cold. There's no permanent, well, okay, there's some smaller permanent settlements, but there's no countries that have huge cities down there and people live there year-round. It just doesn't happen in Antarctica. Now, geologists know that coal forms from plants. Now, you might say, okay, big deal. Why are we talking about plants? Why are we talking about coal? And what does this have to do with Antarctica? Well, let's humor me a little bit. Let's listen to what I have to say. So here we see coal being created. You might say, well, that's not coal, it's plants. Well, yeah, geologists know that plants, they decompose, they fall to the bottom of, say, a swamp. So new coal is being created today in Florida. Now the thing is, the coal takes many, many years to create. We're not talking about 10, 20, we're talking about millions of years. And sometimes, you know, it may take up to 30 feet of dead plant material to form just 1 foot of coal. So again, think of Florida. Is it really cold in Florida? No, it's not. Now, scientists were surprised when coal was discovered in Antarctica, where plants are not commonly found. The swampy area most often associated with this type of plant would be like what we think of in the Florida Everglades. So again, you're thinking at like, what? How can they find coal in Antarctica? They can't, unless at one time the climate in Antarctica was different. So this goes back to some of the other things we talked about. So the phenomena is we found coal in Antarctica, but coal only is created in very warm climates, such as what we see in Florida today. So how could the climate of Antarctica have changed so drastically from a place that was hospitable to various forms of plants that could survive to one where nothing can survive? So there's the phenomenon. How does this help me understand the Earth in a distance past? Well, just like a lot of other pieces of evidence you're going to be looking at, maybe Antarctica was not always where it is today. Because we got to think about it. Okay, if it's got coal, and coal only forms in warmer climates, how do we get coal in Antarctica? Well, at one time, Antarctica must have been in a much warmer location, much closer to the equator. That helps to prove Wagner's continental drift idea, that the continents are moving. And it's not just the continents. We're going to learn in plate tectonics. It's the plates that are moving. But Antarctica was not always where it is today. So this coal found in Antarctica is one of the most, impressive pieces of evidence that just screams at you and says it's not possible. Antarctica must have been in a different location today that's much warmer.